of life enclose us. Is it now His plan to revel in our task at hand, knowing why Hashem just chose us? Can we be a light unto the nations, carrying out the purpose of creation? Though we number just a few, we can radiate the truth. Through the darkness shines our faith for all time. Can we help to change those lives of sorrow? Could we show the world a better tomorrow? We'd like to
his memorial, and so much light he brought into this world. And Pinchas is here. He's going to tell us a little bit about Piasetzna, and I'm going to tell you some stories. And we're hoping to be inspired, that we should inspire you, and in the contrary, while inspiring you, you should inspire us as well. Pinchas.
Thank you, Moshe. Thank you very much. Who we say about the holy Piasetzna, the holy Rabbi Kalonymus Kalman Shapira, Zichron Livracha, may his schut of his merit again aleinu. I had the schus of performing did a little bit of a concert a couple of years ago on his yard side. His story inspired me, gave me a lot of chizuk, a lot of strength. As anyone who hears his story, born in the Polish town of Piasetzna, Warsaw. In 1889, and at age 20 became the Rabbi of the community, the Rebbe. At age 20, most people are still bachrim, they haven't even got married yet, and he was already the Rabbi of the town. And he had electrifying vision, inspired all. And
so much Judaism came from Poland. Some of the greatest Rebbes. We have Gur, we have Piasetzna, we have lot of holiness came from Poland. A lot of suffering came from Poland.
Yeah, unfortunately, his name is synonymous with Sovel Yisurin, and with the endurance of suffering. As his story is well known, the outbreak of World War II, when the Nazis, Yamak Shemam, they came and his son had already died, and his family had already died, and he along with all of his Hasidim were in the Warsaw Ghetto.
I think maybe his daughter was still alive in Auschwitz.
Yeah.
But you know, you're thinking, was anyone really alive in Auschwitz? But maybe that, as we're going to see from the stories of this Rebbe, maybe that in a way there was a realness, a real life within them, that even in the suffering, it brought a trueness.
He spoke every week during the ghetto to his Talmidim, gave drashot, like he always did. His Sfarim was well known even before the ghetto. Chovas Talmidim, his most famous sefer, which is almost in every single Beis Midrash in the world, Chovas Talmidim right now. It was the only book printed in his lifetime. And all the other Sfarim were collected out of notes and drashot that he made.
There's actually a copy in English called Student's Obligation.
Student's Obligation.
By Aronson. They translated it.
It's the translation.
Very inspirational book. I can't even tell you over one thing from it because it's so unique that unless I were to review it right now, a day beforehand, I couldn't even repeat a word over because that's how it's very unique, and it's a system of how to live your life and to not waste time and to, I don't even know how to describe it. It's so special. And then he wrote Eish Kodesh. Eish Kodesh is you have to read on Shabbos. Eish
Kodesh is one of the manuscripts that he wrote during the Warsaw Ghetto. He wrote several manuscripts, and very briefly the story is that when he was in the ghetto, he would give drashot and he would write them down on pieces of paper, and he would collect them. And over the 3 years that he was in the Warsaw Ghetto, he collected them. And just before him and his Talmidim were sent to Auschwitz, I believe, he hid them and he buried them.
Actually, it was hidden outside his bunker in Auschwitz. You know the story? And then I'll finish it. So then, after the war, the soldiers were walking around, and a boy hands him. He had been digging around looking for treasures, I guess, or any remains that he could take of value, and he pulled out the book. And so he went over to an American soldier. He wasn't Jewish, and there was written on a sheet of paper a message, and the soldier gave him $1. And he took possession of it, and do you know what was written on it?
It had in Yiddish the word attention.
Right. So he pulls out the paper, the soldier, and he looks at it, and it reads, attention. I don't know whoever will see this, if there will be any Jews left in the world, but I know one thing, that Yerushalayim cannot exist. Oh, Jerusalem cannot exist without Jews. So there has to be Jews in Yerushalayim, so I'm asking you, if he's still alive, send it to my relative over in Israel, and if not, just give it to any Jew in Jerusalem. Oh, you have no idea the suffering, the anguish. But the world cannot exist without Jews, and so there must be someone who will claim this. And what a miracle it was. We have his Torah today, Eish Kodesh, a manuscript. You know, you read in school these biographies from this person and that person, but biography, a Torah written in Auschwitz, buried under the bunker. Do you know how beautiful the Torahs are? And on Friday night, I read it to my guests, and we don't know what to say. Here, a person is talking about Torah so purely, and if you look behind the lines, you can see all the suffering, but you have to really look, because he doesn't complain. He doesn't complain about a thing. He's happy, he's content. All he wants to do is show you that Hashem, he sees Hashem there in his suffering. This is the purpose of suffering. This is the purpose of the world, is to see Hashem in every single thing. And this tzaddik, he saw it. He saw it. It's beautiful. Oy, 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 oy.
briefly, Rabbi Moshe will help you fill in the gaps. Of course, Rabbi Shlomo Carlebach would love to tell stories about the Holy Pizzetzner Rebbe. And he said his story was once that he was in Tel Aviv and he was walking along and he saw the street cleaner in Tel Aviv and he had a hunchback. And
A very, very old man bent over cleaning the streets. And Rav Carlebach, as soon as he saw me, he said, "Tell me, I want to know your story. There must be something special about you." Special people are able to recognize when they meet someone special as well. And so,
well, as the story goes, he said, "Tell me, you must be a student, someone special." He said, "No, I wasn't. That I was a Talmud of the holy Kalonymus, Kalman, the Pizzetzner."
Rav Shlomo said, "Rav Kalonymus Kalman? You knew Rav Kalonymus Kalman?" He said, "Tell me anything. Tell me one story. Tell me anything about the Rebbe." And the man said, "What did he say?" He said,
"What do I know?"
He says, "I'm an old man. I don't remember anything." He says, "If you knew Rav Kalonymus Kalman, you didn't forget. You didn't forget this Rebbe." Something special about this Rebbe was that, he always cared about his children. You have Rebbes all over the world, but where do you have a Rebbe for children? And he used to say, he said, when a child is only 5 years old, he already needs a Rebbe, he already needs a teacher to guide him, to look up to. Whoever said such things, how much understanding he had of children, how much love. They were so precious to him in Auschwitz. You would see them gathering around him. You can imagine an old man and all the children running around him for inspiration. 5, 10, 8-year-olds. They just wanted to cling to the Holy Rebbe. But the old hunchback said, every day I'm by Tel Aviv. I want to go into the water. Sometimes I go up to the water to my neck and I want to kill myself. I have nothing to live for. And then I remember one thing from my Rebbe. Remember they said to me, remember the greatest thing in the world, is to do someone else a favor. So I get out of the water and I come back and I clean the streets of the world. You know how many favors you can do on the streets of the world? He said, the greatest thing in the world is to do someone a favor. You know how many kindnesses, how many things, organizations, how many things we can get involved with, how many favors we can do. You want to bring light into your life, into the world. Just doesn't take very long to think of the people you can visit that are sick, people that need help, they can't cook a meal for themselves, there's someone who just had a baby, there's so many mitzvahs out there to start doing people a favor. And this gave this person, can you imagine, he was sweeping the street, no one's paying him, and the words of the Rebbe was left in his mind, he never forgot. And we're going to tell over one more story. Oh, in Auschwitz, they didn't get together very much to pray because it was so dangerous. They just wanted to eat a little bit of food. But one Friday night, they had planned it, all of them. They found an empty warehouse in Auschwitz. And they got together, they all started sneaking in. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, didn't stop. They gathered in, they squished in, because they were expecting the Holy Rebbe, the Kalman, was going to come in, and he was going to daven and pray, the Chaldodi, the Chaldodi is the most moving of all the prayers maybe in the whole world. Friday night, when we sing it together, you have a Chaldodi song you can share with us. They're passing out, and people are calling out, he's not coming, the Rebbe's not coming, oh, we have nothing, And they're crying, and one person screamed out, but they screamed out,
Rebbe's not coming.
Rebbe's not coming, and his daughter, I heard his daughter died, he's not going to come, he's broken. And then suddenly, and the room, it lit up. They were no longer in Auschwitz. They were somewhere else. Somewhere spiritual, where there is no suffering, where everything is just pureness and spirituality, and knowing there's one Hashem. One Hashem. Synagogue Friday night and be inspired by the holy songs that like a Chaldodi written with tradition. There's so much holiness when a community gathers and they sing praise to Hashem and they unite. Piasetzna Rebbe have an Aliyah and Shemayim. And may he bring us all up with him.
Amen.
And in this world, to be inspired, come close to Hashem.
Amen. 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 May his story inspires all.
A beautiful view of Tveria in the background, way back, and beautiful mountain ranges of Tzfat.
If we ever find ourselves in a matzav, in a situation which we think we could never handle in one lifetime, just let his story inspire us, pull us out of the quagmire of Yisurin, and let us rise and greet Hashem and what is Hashem with Simcha.
Can you say that in Spanish or something we can understand? Just be happy and don't complain. Okay.
You got it. I've been in the best mood for too long.
Come, let's go home.
La, la.